When Lyme disease hits, it hits hard and fast. Our next guest went from running 5 miles a day to being crippled and then fighting for her health. Her experiences led her to write the suspense novel Over the Edge. Brandilyn Collins joins me now. Welcome to the show, Brandilyn.
Thanks for having me.
All right, you fought Lyme disease. Is that what inspired you to write this book?
Oh, you bet. I know the nightmare of Lyme, can you say?
Yes.
You mentioned that I ran 5 miles a day. It hit me hard and fast, and when it hit me, I got a little bit of weakness in my legs, thought, oh, I'm getting the flu or something like that. Went into the kitchen to stoop down and get a pan from a cabinet, fell down, couldn't get up. That was my introduction to Lyme.
But what made you decide to write a book about it?
Well, not only, I write suspense anyway.
Okay.
All right? So this is a nightmarish disease. So, hey, there's suspense in just fighting the battle of the disease. Unfortunately, the reality in this country is we also have to battle to be treated in this country. Because well, I should say many Lyme patients cannot be treated adequately because doctors don't want to treat past 4 weeks with antibiotics. And so what you end up doing is you have this terrible battle with this disease that's stealing your mind and stealing your legs and all these things. And now you've got to battle doctors to give you treatment. And so you're battling on all sides. And I figure, hey, I'm a suspense novelist. Sounds good to me.
You came up with a really twisted plot.
Yeah, I got a twisted mind.
I guess you have to.
Yes.
You're a suspense author.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first page, we should tell a little bit of what's going on.
Well, yes.
Okay.
Again,
what should we share with our viewers?
The premise of the book.
Premise of the book.
Absolutely. Well, as I say, in this country, people cannot get treated adequately for Lyme. There is, and this is the truth now, there is a national committee of doctors that guides the treatment for Lyme in this country. This committee happens to insist that chronic Lyme does not exist.
Exactly.
So after 4 weeks, if you're treated, you're well. You're well, no matter how you feel.
That's right, they don't go any further.
That's right, that's what they want. So, in my book, now jumping from fact to fiction, in my book, my main character is the wife of the chairman of this committee. And a very embittered man who has lost his wife to Lyme says, I'm going to change the way Lyme is treated in this country. I'm going to infect this wife, Janessa. And he does. He infects her with Lyme, and then he states his demand, you force your husband to change your public stance on Lyme disease, or I'm coming after to infect your 9-year-old daughter next, and I will get to her. But of course, Janessa quickly gets so sick she can hardly move or think, and her husband refuses to believe she has Lyme at all.
Well, she had this perfect life, or what it seemed to be a perfect life.
Perfect life, supposedly.
Exactly, but as soon as she got sick, that all changed.
Everything changes. So she's battling her own body and her illness, she's battling the medical community, she's battling her husband, she's battling a stalker who wants to get to her 9-year-old daughter.
Exactly, and the whole story, I mean, I hurried to read this book because I wanted to know who it was that was stalking her, and that was a great little reveal at the end of the book.
Oh, thank you, thank you. This is my 22nd book, and my trademark is called Seatbelt Suspense, and it is about fast-paced suspense and also twists. So you're always going to find twists in my books.
Oh, the character, her husband's character is...
Don't you just want to smack him?
Yeah, absolutely. He was just terrible.
Yeah, yeah. He was fun. He was fun to write because he was so awful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right. You experienced Lyme disease, but I can tell you, as I was reading this book, I reported so many of what you were writing, so many things that you were writing about in the book. I reported on those public hearings that Richard Blumenthal, who was then the Attorney General, presided over here in Connecticut, over those guidelines, that were issued by this committee.
That's right, and that still stand, unfortunately, have not been changed to this day.
Exactly, and I also did stories on the fact that Connecticut just passed the law that would allow doctors
2 years ago
to treat patients without any repercussions.
And you know, that's only one of 4 states.
I know.
And can you imagine, ground zero state for Lyme, Connecticut, and it took them to 2009 to pass this bill?
Yes, I know, and a lot of people fought for it.
Yeah.
And the 2 Connecticut legislators who really fought for it, as you said in the book, had it in their family. And
that's right.
That was what prompted them to...
Exactly, which is sort of the premise of my book. These docs that say it doesn't last more than 4 weeks, you think, they need to see this up close and personal. You need to get out of your laboratories, docs, and get down in the trenches with the patients.
And the good thing is that May is
Lyme Awareness Month.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly, Awareness Month, and this is a great time to release the book. Is this why you decided to do it this time?
It very definitely is. I wanted to release it in May for Lyme Awareness Month, yes.
And do you think that a lot of people still are out there who are not as educated on this disease?
Very much so. Now in Connecticut, you know more about this disease.
We
but
do.
I'll tell you,
there are a lot of cases here in Connecticut.
But in a lot of states, the docs don't even admit it exists in their state. They will look a patient in the eye and say, we don't have Lyme here.
So how do you convince
the ticks stop at the state borders?
Oh my goodness.
They do.
Well, so how do you convince those doctors elsewhere in the country to do the right thing?
You know, Lyme awareness. This is what this month is all about. And Lyme patients rallying and continuing to make their voices heard that they need treatment.
Well, how did you get your treatment? You were in California at the
I'm in
time.
California, and California is one of 4 states where the docs are protected. I was fortunate. But even so, I needed quite a few months of treatment. It took me about 7 months to be diagnosed.
Before the bill was passed here in Connecticut, many people went to New York.
That's right.
Which is the other, one of the other 4 states.
Yeah, yeah.
It was sad that they had to do that, and that
they had to. I know.
It was fortunate that we finally passed the bill here.
And many people come to California because Oregon, Idaho, oh, we don't have Lyme here. You could be crippled. Oh, we don't have Lyme here.
And so, how's your health now?
Well, my health is good. My health is good. I've beat those buggers back.
Good.
I'm good. I'm good.
Very good. What are you working on next?
I'm working on my
going on?
24th book. I've written one since this one, and so I'm working on the one after that. And it's twisted too, of course.
It's twisted, of course.
Absolutely.
It has to be.
Absolutely.
All right. For people who want to get the book, where can they get the book?
Yeah, come to my website. It's simply my name, BrandilynCollins.com, Brandilyn, Collins.com. And also I have more information about Lyme disease also.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate it. Again, the book is Over the Edge, and you will really, I really enjoyed reading this book. It was fun, and as you said, it really twisted. Brandilyn, thank you again for being with us.
Thank you.
Up next, the perfect springtime dessert. The Angry Olive teaches us how to make crisp vanilla tuile baskets.